Hey, it's Joe from Explorers Inc. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Tepui Ayer 2 rooftop tent, and I just wanted to go over the durability. So before we get to the tent, let's start with arguably the most important part of a rooftop tent is the cover under which the tent sits. Other than being a little bit faded after being on the car for about 6 months, it's in pretty good shape. Only thing I'd like to point out is after taking it on and off several times over the last 6 months, this is the portion of the cover that slides into the groove. It's a little bit frayed on that end. This end's in pretty good shape. Moving on to another important piece is the ladder. After 6 months of going up and down this thing just about every day for about 2 months there, ladder's still held in place really well, still 100% functional. Just a tip is the bolts that connect it, they can get a little loose over time, just from this thing flipping up and down so much. So just keep an eye on that and make sure that the bolt and the nut stay nice and tight. Moving to the base of the tent, everything is still in working order. There's a couple of really superficial dents right here. I'm not sure what that's from. And then these two marks here are just from the ladder getting dirty, because when the ladder folds up, the very bottom of it is gonna land right here when it's all nice and secured. So it'll get a little dirty underneath, but no dents or dings other than these two tiny ones right here underneath the entire underside of the tent. So still in really good shape. The frame is not bent or anything at all.
Hi everybody, Derek O'Sullivan here. First and foremost, thanks very much for signing up for our rooftop development newsletter. The rooftop tent is something we've, believe it or not, been developing already for a year. We've been getting kind of the fundamental designs right, the materials, the structure, etc. And now it's time to kind of get to the design phase and make those final decisions on basic designs. And that's where we want your help and your input. We have to tell you something about the tent. We already know that the rooftop tent, Crua's rooftop tent, will be launching for pre-order on the 2nd of March. That might seem like a long time away, but it's not. When you're in the design or product design business, believe it or not, it's not a long time at all. So we're waiting for our first iteration. Our first prototype is arriving with us. Of the first Crua rooftop tent is coming into us this coming week, next Wednesday. And then we're going to be tweaking and changing and various design principles based on our own findings and based on feedback from the community, etc. So at the moment we're planning a 2-person and a 4+ person tent, so kind of I suppose let's call it a light version. And until then, thank you again. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey, it's Paul with rackoutfitters.com. And this is the Tepui Autana 3 Explorer Series rooftop tent. This is Tepui's full-featured tent. It offers the extension over the ladder. Also included is a zip-on annex room, which I'll step off screen and show. This is the annex room. The annex room zips to the zipper on the underside and encompasses the entire ladder area and underneath the cantilevered extension panel there. It's constructed of very durable polycotton ripstop nylon with taped and sealed seams. Also, you have the PVC flooring, which is also included to provide excellent weather resistance on the ground. That's also the same material used for the overall stowed tent when you're driving. This is the PVC cover that keeps the tent compact and travel worthy. So some of the other features of this tent, it has on all 4 sides the opening for the windows, which have multiple materials. So the first material is the mosquito netting, which is referred to as no CM mesh. Behind that, you have the full closure of the polycotton, and then you can also bring down the awning itself. And so you'll find that on all 4 sides. Also on the interior of the tent, you have these sky view panels, which have the same style of closures. Above that, you have the rainfly, which is Oxford nylon, which can be removed. And then here you have the 2.5-inch thick high density foam mattress with a cotton cover, which is removable to be cleaned and washed. That offers firm support. And thanks for watching.
Hey guys, Pine Tree Line Productions here. What we did is we invested in a couple of Napier truck tents. Napier fits all kinds of sizes of trucks with their product.
3 straps on each side of the truck. They got a little hook on there so it hooks right underneath your fender. It's got 3 on each side plus 3 that go down underneath the tailgate. They strap in. And what I like about the Napier model, as soon as you open that bag up, it tells you right away the directions. They're zipped, they're sewn right into the bag. Very handy. So we got the poles go in cross corner and they go right in this little area here. And that's the fly on top that snaps down inside it. You could have this tent up and you're camping in the back of your truck bed within 10 minutes, realistically.
One of the other things I maybe on the negative side is it's not an expensive tent, so you're gonna have the zippers are, you know, they'll catch every once in a while and stuff like that. It's not the perfect scenario, but I mean, for what it is and what it allows us to do, I think it's pretty cool.
You're up off the ground. You're not camping on the ground. So anybody that does camp on the ground, you know what it's like. It's hard on your back. It's uncomfortable. And in the morning, yeah, there is a little bit of a dew, and it is kind of cool in the morning. This way here, you're up off the ground.
Packaging into the carry case, so it's easy if you forget, don't use it for a while. You can just look at the instructions there as far as what poles to put in at what time. So it's easy to use. Functional. In the short bed, from my experience, it's a little higher than Jamie's regular bed. Without the rainfly on, you still have your screening on both sides and your door, and then you can of course shut the other flaps to cover those up at night or whatever. The rainfly is super simple to put on. It's 4 buckle clip-ins and no issue there.
When you open it up and you put the door to the back of the tailgate.
All right guys, that's about it. Take care.
Welcome back to the Rack Warehouse. Today we are doing an unboxing, installation, and product overview on the Thule Tepui ruggedized Kukenam 3 rooftop tent. This tent is Thule's 3-person offering built for off-road use for your 4x4 trailer or off-road rig. The Kukenam 3 is available in 2 colors, haze gray and olive green. In this video, we will be setting up and demonstrating the haze gray model. This rooftop tent arrives in a large, reinforced cardboard box. Upon opening the box, you will find the tent instructions as well as warranty information. As you can see, the tent comes out of the box in the folded position, mostly pre-assembled. Some assembly is required, however. Located on the side of the tent, wrapped in bubble wrap, are the tracks that are used to attach the tent to your crossbar. The rest of the hardware and accessories are located inside the tent. Release all of the straps and carefully unfold the tent to gain access to the opening. Located inside will be 4 things: the tent cover, the telescoping ladder, the tent poles, and a bag with the mounting hardware and supplied tools. To begin setting up the tent, start by inserting a nut into each side of the track. Located on the inside of the tent, under the sleeping mat will be a set of 4 holes. Insert the bolts with the large washer on them from the inside and place the tracks on the bottom of the tent. Tighten the bolts with a supplied wrench to secure the tracks to the tent. The brackets for the ladder will need to be installed next. Insert the bolts from the bottom, add a washer, and tighten them with the wrench. To attach the ladder to the brackets, place a washer onto the bolt, set the spacer in between the bracket and the ladder, and thread the bolt through the hole. Place a nut on the other end and tighten both sides with the wrenches. The ladder should be able. Thank you for checking out our video on the Thule Tepui ruggedized Kukenam 3.